Alright guys, so in the last video we talked about progressive overload, the training principle that builds muscle, raises your metabolism and makes your calorie deficit easier to maintain long term. But here is something I want you to think about. You train maybe 4 or 5 times a week. Each session is an hour, maybe up to an hour and a half, and that leaves roughly 160 hours in the week where you are not training in a gym. So what happens during those hours? And it all matters quite more than you think. Most people are not paying attention to it, and hopefully in this video today we're going to talk about it, and that is pillar 4, and today we're going to be talking about your daily expenditure. For short, it's called NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and it's every calorie that your body burns outside of intentional exercise. And trust me, you're going to want to listen to this. By the end of the video, you're going to be looking back at how much activity you do during a day, how it can make a difference to your week, and how you're going to do things differently going forward. So yeah, lock in, pillar 4. All right, so what actually is NEAT? So NEAT is everything that your body does that is not structured workout. So walking to the car, taking the stairs, standing at your desk, carrying the shopping, playing with your kids, the walk from the train station, every bit of movement through your day that is not a planned gym session or a cardio workout. Okay, so it all adds up to your daily expenditure. And here is what will surprise you most. It's something that really surprised me most, and it's one of the reasons that we really focus on it. So when I first explain this, for the majority of my clients, NEAT accounts for daily calorie burn than a single gym session. Okay, so think about that for a second. So an hour in the gym working hard, you burn somewhere between 300 to 500 calories, depending on the actual individual session and what workout you're doing, whether it's cardio or weights lifting. But a full day of being genuinely active on your feet, moving regularly, hitting your steps target, this burns significantly more calories per day than you'll ever do without actually picking up a weight or putting on a pair of trainers. And this is why I treat NEAT as a pillar in its own right. All right, so it is a non-negotiable part of any serious fat loss phase. And as you go deeper into a body transformation, this is something I've seen consistently over the years of coaching. So steps and daily movement outside of your cardio sessions become increasingly important. Okay, so in the early weeks, the calorie deficit alone will drive progress. But as the week goes on and your body adapts, it's a client who is consistently active throughout the day, not just in the gym, who keep the results coming. Okay, so NEAT is the lever that keeps working even when you're not training. All right, so when other stuff starts to feel harder, calories start to feel low, NEAT is something you can build into your daily life, and it should be continued progress. So we're going to look at that today and how you can keep it going and keep progressing across your body transformation. All right, so let's look at the numbers because I want to give you something specific to work towards. Okay, so we generally look at client targets for steps per day, and that's to be done every single day. So we're not going to ask you to go from 2,000 steps a day to 10,000 overnight. It's not realistic, and it's not the point. The point is to know where you are right now and then to start gradually increasing it. Okay, so if you're hitting 4,000 steps a day, the aim is to slowly build to 5. If you're at 6,000 steps, then slowly get to 7, but we build the habit first. Okay, so then we look at building the number. And 10,000 as a target matters in real terms because 10,000 steps burns approximately 400 to 500 calories for the average person per day. So that is around 40 to 50 calories per 1,000 steps. And at the higher end of activity, that is the equivalent of a solid gym session just from moving throughout your day. So let's think about what that actually does to your calorie deficit. So if your daily target is 2,400 calories per day and you're burning 500 calories from steps alone, on top of your resting metabolism, your training and everything else that your body does, your actual deficit becomes significantly more meaningful without you having to eat any less. So the higher your daily expenditure, the more food you can eat while still being in a deficit. And that is a really powerful motivator for most people. So more movement means more food on the plate without having to compromise your results. More food on the plate means less sort of sugar cravings at night especially. And that's the most important thing to make fat loss more sustainable. So how do you actually increase your daily expenditure without it taking over your life? Because I know most of you watching this, you're busy, you have jobs, potentially long commutes, children, responsibilities. You're not going to carve out an extra 1 or 2 hours a day to go for long walks. And the honest opinion is that you don't need to. So we look at a few different tools that we can do home, and a couple of pieces that I use with clients is like a walking pad. It's one of the most underrated tools that I recommend for clients. So if you work from home, having a desk set up or a walking pad that you can use during the day, it means you can hit your step target whilst you work. My partner does that. So calls, emails, admin, all done whilst you're moving, and you're not sacrificing any time whilst you're doing it. So you're just moving through time that you would be spent sitting down. And then in terms of for parents that I work with, a lot of parents, the school run is generally sort of a powerful opportunity. So if you can walk any part of that rather than driving, those steps really do start to add up fast, especially as the summer nights are coming now. Picking children up walking wise rather than in the car is always good. Same with lunch breaks. So 20-minute walk at lunch is around 4,000 to 5,000 extra steps per day. And that's already half your daily target from one walk. So most people currently spend a lot of time sitting down at a desk, scrolling their phone. So we look to maximize where we can see opportunities. Another one that we look to do is if you have a dog, so use the dog walk as a good sort of opportunity. It's great for yourself, great for your own mental health, but a 30-minute walk in the morning will be around 6,000 to 8,000 steps before you've done anything else. And then the commute as well. So if you take public transport, we look at sort of getting off one step early potentially if that sort of is an option. If you work in an office, take the stairs. But these are not dramatic lifestyle changes. They're just small decisions that you make consistently, and they compound into meaningful, more active day, which means more calories burned. So the common trend across all of these is how they fit around your life rather than you fitting around them. And that is the point, okay? So NEAT should not feel like extra work. It should feel like a more active version of the day that you're living and the day that you're already going to have. And this is where tracking your steps really matters, okay? So you need to know your numbers to hit them. So we've all got watches now, whether it's an Apple Watch, a Fitbit, or alternatively, you have a step counter built into your phone. So pick one of those and use it consistently, not obsessively. So consistently check your steps at lunchtime and then potentially again in the evening. And then if you're behind, you know to move more in the second half of your day. So if you're ahead, then you know the work is done. And this is where you're going to get the results quickly without much additional work. So let's bring this all together. So pillar 4 is our daily expenditure, okay? It's what we call NEAT, okay? So it's the calories that you burn just by moving throughout the day. So 10,000 steps is generally our sort of rough starting target that we build up to, and that's roughly 400 to 500 calories burned per day naturally. So it's a target that keeps your calories higher. It's a deficit meaningful, and your results compounding long after the early weeks of transformation. You do not need to have a complete life overhaul to hit this. You're going to need something simple like potentially a walking pad, or if you have a dog, that's great, or go for a stroll on your lunch break. Small, consistent daily habits that add up to a genuinely different output across 90 days. Okay, so if you want all 4 of these pillars, the deficit, the protein, the progressive overload, and then the daily expenditure built specifically for you and your life, that is exactly what my one-to-one coaching is for. So the link to apply for this is in my bio. And it's in the description of this video. And in the next video, we're going to move on to pillar 5, which is cardio, the intentional version. So it's programmed into your sessions, and it's going to be combined and counterparted to everything that we've seen today. And I want to explain how we use it with our clients and why it's the last pillar, not the first. I'll see you there, and I hope you've enjoyed the video so far.